Hello, my fellow humans. Alex here, your host here on Universe. Bam. How are you all doing today? So I'm doing all right. I woke up and I had a sort of I don't know. I woke up and I had, I guess, hopes, high hopes for um helping myself heal from some sort of, I guess, rash that I have on my wrist, my belly, and my back. I went to the doctor and they were unsure of what it is. So I've been sent to a dermatologist. Yet that appointment is still 2 weeks out. It's already been 2 months since I've had this and a month since I got the appointment. So it's been a little frustrating and scary at times, not really knowing what it is. Um, I've done what I always do, and that's research. I've Googled and looked up different things that could possibly lead to this rash. The crazy thing is, it doesn't itch. And most rashes, like I thought it was an allergy reaction, um, they itch, and this does not. And so it's been concerning. Well, I came around to finding something, narrowing it down what it could possibly be. And I guess I came to terms with that. I've come to acceptance of waiting for the appointment. And that's where I am. Yeah. Yesterday we tried a new recipe with some apple cider vinegar in a meal that we ate. And usually I won't eat that because I get a reaction to it. At least I thought I got a reaction to it. When it turns out that the reaction I was actually getting has been from food allergies, such as wheat. I have a reaction to eggs as well. And um, it wasn't the apple cider vinegar. So, Dad, I say sorry for all the times you've tried me to try it. There's many health benefits to apple cider vinegar, and I've been very close-minded because I didn't want to get a reaction. Um, um, well, I had some last night, and I noticed that I had to um, get up and use the restroom a lot last night, and um, I had to urinate quite a bit last night. And I thought in my head, oh my God, all these toxins are coming out. And tomorrow I'm going to wake up and those bumps are going to be less. I can feel it. I can feel it. I just know it. Well, I woke up. No, not less. Not less at all. As a matter of fact, they're flaring. And in the last week, they've just really, really gotten worse. And my emotional state with it has really fluctuated. I'm struggling with it. I get discouraged, and sometimes it's hard to cope with that discouragement. Well, um, so this morning, as I said, I woke up high hopes. It's gonna be gone. It's not, and I used my feels process to process my emotion. Um, this feels process is used when your stress level is between 0 to, I'll say 4 or 5. Sometimes you'll get away with 5, but actually 0 to 4. Let's go there. Because it takes being in wise mind and being able to think. And when we're in a crisis state, say stress level from 8 to 10, um, that part of the brain is just not working. It is not working. It is in high gear, and it's not going to take time to do those things. Um, I don't know if I've done lives or videos for that here on YouTube yet. If you head over to Garuniverse on Facebook, you can find videos that I have done on these, using different techniques that I've learned from various places. Right now, I have been studying mostly with DBT skills, which is dialectical. I forgot what the other parts are. Um, I just keep hearing people say DBT. I fairly recently started knowing what it meant. So dialectical thinking is either it's all or nothing. And if you notice, we can get into that where it's like it's all or nothing. We either do it a bunch or we do it not at all. And if you're human, which nah, you are, right? We're all human. Um, we can get stuck in that. We can get stuck in those emotions and bam, crisis. So I also have a mini process, which is for stress levels 7 to 5, which helps you get through that moment. It's not going to deal with the emotion. That's what the feels process is for. Yeah, it'll help you get through that moment because sometimes we got to trudge on. Sometimes we're in situations we don't have time to really work on this, especially when we're first starting out with it. Like I've been using it and I still need that quiet time. Like I take time in my mornings. I've made it part of my morning ritual where it's basically like a way of journaling for me. And maybe it can be something that you guys would be interested in. Well, that will be later on. I'm still developing and getting things situated so I can put that up for sale. And I will be doing a sort of, it's not going to be coaching where it would last, like you'd have to be doing it for a long time. We would have a set amount of time and get you set up so you can be successful to do these things on your own. And yeah, but that's still in the works as well. It's still coming. So for now, I'm just dishing out videos, building my audience. Please subscribe or share if you find any value in this. And if not, share anyways, because you never know who down the line might find some sort of value in this. Really like saying value because I feel like I'm undervaluing myself when I say if you find value and then you don't and what there's no value here. No, there is value here. If I would just love if you subscribe and share. Help me build this channel, okay? Let's spread knowledge like wildfire. Let's spread love like a wildfire. A wildfire. We're all connected. Let's help each other, support each other, get up and through. All right, so my what after I did my process, I came down to the emotion of disillusionment. I don't know if anyone else has felt this before. Through my process, I use a wheel of emotions to really get down to the nitty gritty of the emotion I'm feeling. Because a lot of times I'm like, oh, I'm scared, I have fear, I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm happy, whatever. And it's not really the core of the emotion that I'm feeling. And it's usually that top surfacing thing is going to be a lot of times it'll be blaming others or blaming something else that is external to me. And that's why I want to go deeper so I can get to what is me and what I have control of. Because we can't change others, right? We have to start with changing ourselves. So let's see, disillusionment. Now, I thought I understood what it was, and I'm finding that with a lot of these emotions, I tend to think I know what they mean, yet it's not always that way. So I'm going to start putting in what that emotion really means. Disillusionment is when a person perceives a conflict between their ideals and reality that cannot be unseen. Okay, so this morning, my ideal that perfect world was waking up without these bumps. And the reality was, bam, they're still here. As a matter of fact, they're worse, right? Like I said. So um there was a conflict between those two things for me this morning. I wished, hoped, and dreamt that what I did worked, and it didn't. And that was the reality of it. So I then needed to come up with a way of dealing with that disillusionment. And that's what I'll be doing in my fields process that I'll be selling. Um, I also will be on this channel discussing these things of, how we can do these things, how to deal with the emotions. How can we, like right now, let's go ahead and do the 5 to 7. Now, stress levels 5 to 7. Right now, I'm pretty calm. Um, but had it like been in that moment, I might get to the point where I'm like, oh, it's never gonna work. Things things are never gonna change. Or I might be more in a 8 to 10 in that matter. This might be more like, well, I still have these bumps and I feel angry about it. And right there, what I want to do is I want to remove that emotion. I still have these bumps. It's not going to mean I'm not going to feel angry about it or worry about it anymore. It's just I want to move forward from this. So I can choose to use acceptance, forgiveness, or gratitude in that moment to help me get through this till I can get to a spot where I can do this, do do deeper work on myself. And what I use is my feels process. And it's up to you what you want to use. I'm sure you might have your own way of doing it. And if you don't, you can stay tuned. And when I have this up and running, it might be something that might mesh with you. So for now, we're going to use acceptance, right? I go off of acceptance from what I learned from Paul Colliani's book. Oh, I can't recall the name of the book right now, but his podcast and website is called The Overwhelmed Brain. Trying to think if quite possibly that was the name of the book. I think it was. I'm gonna look this up. Oh, I was wrong. Okay, so it's Clear the Path to Happiness. Great book. Really helped me through some really dark times of mine. Well, when he talks about acceptance, he talks about acceptance as not fighting against what is. And there's quotation marks. What is? What is? What is? What is the reality of the event that occurred. Like for me, it was waking up and those bumps were still here. I'm not going to fight against that reality. They're here. I'm I could fight against and be like, oh, and keep feeding it, and then there I could increase stress levels, which could get me into 8 to 10. Yeah, trying to keep myself down and bring it down. I don't want to get lost in that. So instead of feeding or rejecting reality, basically, I'm going to accept it and say, hey, these these bumps are still here. That is the reality. And I'll take a deep breath, kind of soothe myself a little. Oh man, Alex, right. They're still there. It's gonna be all right. That sounds hard, and that's gonna be all. It's gonna be all right. Um. So, hold on, you guys, because I'm still developing this, and I want to make sure that I'm getting this exactly. Um, see, I rearrange things, and I've gotten in the habit of doing them a certain way, and I don't want to get out of sync here. Let's see. So, okay, first thing, see, I did got out of sync here. Okay, so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna stop. This is DBT skill. We're gonna stop. They use stop, the actual word, and make it into an acronym. I think that's what it's called. Um, Stop, take a step back, observe, proceed mindfully. That's what we're gonna do in that moment. So we stop. Whoa, okay. First, I woke up, they're still there. I'm like, oh, I feel angry about it. So I'm gonna stop. Take a step back, observe. Just stop. In that moment, I can self-soothe, I can do arm brushing, I can be like, hey, that's all right, Alex. I can use incense. I can, depending on what you're doing and where you are in your day, would determine what you would use for self-soothing. But you use your senses. Um, Maybe a hot cup of tea. Um, Sight. Like in the morning, I like putting on some sort of like morning music that has different variations of um, nature or sounds, and all these things will help bring me down. And I like doing that with my morning ritual because it helps keep me there, right there, nice and grounded. um let's see, my queen, she goes outside and kind of takes in the morning view and the morning sun. That doesn't quite work for me, but it works for her. I like staying in dim lighting and quiet. I'm not quite ready to take that all on yet. Okay, so from here, we're going to use what I'm calling a band-aid. This isn't getting to the core, but it's a band-aid. And we have a choice here. This is where we turn our mind. We remove that emotion and we accept or reject or avoid that reality. Sometimes avoiding is good. We got to distract because we're just not ready. But right now we're talking about accepting it. So we're going to accept that reality. We still have those bumps. I still have those bumps. And from there, I'm going to move into acceptance. All right. I won't fight for or against what is. That's the reality of it. I still have those bumps. From here, I'm going to go to turning obligations to opportunities. Instead of saying, I have to face this day with these bumps, I get to face this day with these bumps. That don't sound right. I don't think that's going to work right because I know for me it wouldn't work right there. Let's see. I get to I have to find a new solution for these bumps. I get to find a new solution to these bumps. I have to start completely over. I get to maybe try again. I had that apple cider one night. I could try it again and see if there's other results. You never know. I'm also taking other measures that might be contributing. It's going to take time, a little bit of patience. Um, so from there, I want to maybe take one small step in that direction. And here you don't necessarily have to. If you're good, you're good. Yet it will help to take that extra step. So take one small step in that direction. Well, what I'm going to do is, like this morning, I still had some turmeric and ginger tea. And headed in that direction of being consistent with what I'm using. Maybe tonight I'll have something with more apple cider vinegar and see where it goes from there. So, see, now I don't feel so discouraged. So, like, I don't know what other words you might feel from disillusionment. Sometimes that fall from cloud nine can be a little bumpy and rough, and it hurts. Yet, just know you're not alone. We're all in this together. We're all trying. We're going to get through this together. So I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you guys next time. You all have a great day. Keep on striving. We'll get this on this human experience, huh? We will get this.